Most, if not all, agents are familiar with geographic farming. But why is it so important? Because you, as the agent, become the expert on a specific neighborhood. Prospects and clients need an expert to educate them about that particular area, especially if it's newer to them. You become aware of the area's strengths, weaknesses, neighbors, and inventory. I'll review some tips on how to dominate a geographic farm. Number one, choose the right area. Choose an area that you're familiar with and preferably an area where there isn't already an established dominant agent. It doesn't mean you can't compete, but why compete when you don't have to? Choose an area that is easy for you to access because as an agent, you do a lot of driving between showings and open houses. Make sure it's a manageable size. The number of properties should range anywhere from 500 to a few thousand. Everyone has their own expertise, so depending on what yours is, will depend on the area of your choosing. Do you specialize in high-end and luxury? Is your expertise with first-time homebuyers? Or perhaps it's vacant land in developing areas? Number two, the more you know about your geographic farm and its prospects, the better. You've probably heard me say this before, but knowledge is power. Attend local events and hand out your business cards. Do direct mail campaigns. Send a mailer to all the surrounding neighbors after you just sold a home on their street. I'll be demonstrating how easy this is to do in our software system in just a minute, so stick around. Get specifics on houses and residents you are targeting. Again, something you can do in our software program. Invite neighbors to open houses that are near them, and perhaps even host an event to get to know your market even more. Number three, stay engaged, committed, nurture those relationships time and time again, and be realistic about future changes to the area. Again, knowledge is power, whether it's good or bad, positive or negative. If you have established relationships, people will be more inclined to utilize the resources you have to offer because they know you are their local neighborhood expert. I'm going to show you how to build a list based on your geographic farm in our system. I'm in our system, Haynes Crisscross. You have a couple different options. You can do a wide zip code search here. You can actually enter up to 10 different zip codes in this bar. You can, if you want to narrow it down a little bit more, you can enter the city or street name here. This is what I would recommend for building a geographic farm because it's a little bit more of a hyper-local marketing tool. You can get as specific as putting the house number here. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to go ahead and put a street name, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a zip code here. We can scroll down here and you can see there's lots of different options, again, depending on what type of list you're trying to build. I would always recommend selecting confirmed homeowners. So this will make sure that you're getting the people that live in, that own and reside at that residence. Again, you're welcome to fill in any of this information. And then down here, this will depend on what type of list you're trying to do, whether you're doing a mailer, if you're doing a telemarketing campaign, or you're doing an email campaign. We're going to go ahead and hit search. So you'll see here, I put in Bryan Avenue in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's going to default to just a random house on that street. You're welcome to scroll through any of these and select any one of these houses as a starting point. I'm just going to leave it at the default for the sake of this demo. From here, you're able to select a street search. So this will actually pull all the prospects on that street. It doesn't always pull everyone on the street, but it will pull a lot of them. As you know, a lot of streets can be miles long. So again, it's built to be more of a hyper-local marketing tool. So it's going to be a little bit more specific. You can also do a radius search. So this will actually, it'll have this house as your starting address, and you can pull up to 0.1 up to 2 miles from that starting point, and it will pull all of those prospects within that radius. My personal favorite is this map search. So we're going to actually do that for the sake of this demo. You can see here, this is our starting address. And then I'm going to go ahead here and select freeform plotting. I'm just going to start plotting some points so I can start getting the neighborhood that I would like to encompass for this demo and for my geographic farm. And if you ever mess up like this, which actually is good to show, I'm going to go ahead and just X out and we'll start over. So we're going to go ahead and create this, which is great. That's exactly what I want. You're also welcome to zoom in and out if you'd like. If you'd like to get a wider area, you're more than welcome to do that. You can also move these points, which is really easy to do too. So we're going to go ahead here and hit view available prospects. So you can see I have about 2,700 records. You can sort any of these columns however you'd like. And then here in advanced options, this is where you're able to get more information on these specific prospects and their properties. So you can get as detailed as age, income, interest that they have, a whole variety of things. There's actually up to 300 different data points. So I would recommend scrolling through here. Again, you've heard me say knowledge is power. So I think there's a lot of really great content that you can add over to understand more about your prospects and their property. Thanks for watching.